Oh, I'm live. I'm live talking about coronavirus. Oh fuck! I forgot to mute the other window. There we go. It's muted. Anyway, I am here in my kind of mostly unplanned video stream thing about the coronavirus, and oh, let's just say people need to stay clean. People need to stay clean. This coronavirus, this COVID-19, whatever the hell you want to call it, it's bullshit. Let's see here. It says that every state in the US has had at least one reported case. In fact, it says here West Virginia is currently the lowest reported in the US with 1 to 5, but an undetermined amount. Kentucky's got 6 to 50 with 43 cases reported. It's like, come on, people. Common sense. You wash your hands after you use the bathroom. You wash your hands when you touch something you're not usually touching, like a counter that somebody else may have touched. I mean, if we look at this map, copying the link, going over to the chat map of the US of that the CDC shared of how many people per state have had at least some sort of infection or cases reported of it. Minnesota, which is where I am right now. Minnesota has got, as of when I'm streaming right now, 115 cases reported. I just heard that one of the homeless shelters, and this doesn't surprise me with how well this unnamed homeless shelter, how a lot of the people there take care of themselves. But said homeless shelter had several cases of the coronavirus reported. And this specific homeless shelter, employees don't give a rat's ass about cleanliness. The people that stay there don't give a rat's ass about cleanliness, for the most part. And let's just say that, with everything that's going on, the coronavirus BS is going to be in that specific shelter for a while. I mean, something from 3 days ago, I just typed in coronavirus Minnesota. As of 3 days ago, There have been over 2,300 people tested and 60 reported cases so far, according to patch.com, whatever the heck that is. Let's see here. Anoka County, Benton County, Blue Earth, Carver, Dakota, Hennepin, Olmsted, Ramsey, Renville, Stearns, Wright, Wasika, and Washington counties. All which are right around where I live. Oh, that cough? That cough is not coronavirus. The cough is dehydration. So here's the thing. I'm going to stay hydrated, which is one of the things I recommend to people. Keep out of contact with people. Keep your shit clean. Wash your body. Wash your clothes. Wash wherever you're living. All that stuff. The saying is, cleanliness is godliness, or something along those lines. Keep clean, and try and distance yourself from people while going on. And chances are you won't get sick. And if you do get sick, you can socially isolate. If you do have to go, try not to go out, but if you do have to go out, try and avoid heavily populated areas. And keep everything clean. I don't see how it's that difficult to do that. I mean, it's a couple of the people I follow on YouTube, and these people have been in my videos a few times, at least. But a few of these people have given their reports on what they think, and they pretty much agree with what I'm saying of keeping everything clean and washing your hands and washing your clothes and washing where you live and making sure everything's clean and you're socially isolating and all that stuff. Getting tired of hearing about how people are getting sick when they're not avoiding this kind of stuff. For the most part, I've stayed in where I'm living basically since hearing about. Granted, I've gone out a few times to places that haven't really been too crowded. But when I have gone out, I have been able to kind of distance myself from people. So I'm taking the precautions of avoiding people when I do go out. So I'm trying to not spread this. Not really that much of a people person to begin with. For the most part, you've only seen those Carl, Eric's dad, and the person I call mom. Pretty much the only 4 people you've seen besides me in the videos. For those of you who follow. And even then, I went to see my friend and his dad, Eric and his dad. Um, what was it? 2 or 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago. Didn't get any footage. Did not get any vlog footage from it. because we were busy talking and communicating like adults. Just that simple. Seeing as this um, to more severe diseases such as Middle East respiratory syndrome and severe not going to help. So feel free to let me know what you think of this whole coronavirus thing. I'll respond to your comments as I'm saying my stuff. I'll respond to what you say if you decide to leave a comment. So, um, anyway, long story short, best case scenario, which is not going to happen, or it's highly doubtful that it's going to happen. But the best case scenario is that worst case scenario, which again I doubt is going to happen, but the worst case scenario is that everybody's going to die from this. Chances are it's going to be somewhere in between, where somebody's more people are still spreading this stuff. So, long and short of it, people are idiots. They don't listen. People need to start taking care of it. I'm not saying scrub everything down. I'm just and kill all the germs. I'm just saying keep stuff clean. If you keep stuff clean, that'll get rid of most of the stuff that we. Back. My stuff to cook. Anyway, as you can see, I'm kind of annoyed by all this stuff. It is annoying to say the least that everything is shutting down because we all depend on retail stuff, and now all the retail stuff is closing down. Combine that with the fact that all the restaurants are closing down. And we got ourselves a big ass fucking situation because there's a Perkins I go to every once in a while. This Perkins is in Golden Valley. It's right on the border of Golden Valley and St. Louis Park. Normally, it is a 24-hour Perkins. You can go in, order food, sit down and eat any time of the day or night. And they have switched it. They have now limited their hours to you can only order stuff over the phone between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., and you cannot go into the restaurant. They'll bring stuff out to your car, drop it off, and walk away, and then you pick your stuff up after they leave. because this whole coronavirus BS. Combine that with the toilet paper scare of people buying full friggin' pallets of toilet paper. You don't need a full pallet of toilet paper. You don't need to stock up for 5 years because you have a respiratory disease. I mean, I got a fucking respiratory disease when I was in the homeless shelter. I went to the doctor. I got diagnosed. They gave me some sort of medication, which I realized, hey, maybe, this, that, or the other about how the coronavirus doesn't have an actual vaccine, that they're still working on it. But then I blew my nose. I washed my hands. I stayed in clean clothes. I did, excuse me, I burped. I did what I could to stay clean and healthy. And it went away. So, with the whole coronavirus thing, that's pretty much all you have to do is stay clean, stay hydrated, and make an attempt to avoid people, or at least avoid large crowds of people, which should all be common sense. But as I say to everybody around me, common sense is not all that common. Of course, occasionally I'll do something stupid where it'll be, me doing something that, should have, a bunch of common sense stuff on it. But, what can you do? Sometimes I do stupid stuff. But when it comes to getting sick and getting better, guess what? That's something they teach you in school. Wash your hands. Stay clean. I mean, hell, your fucking family should be teaching you this shit too. Wash your hands, wash your clothes, wash your body, wash your place of residence. Don't get too close to people physically. Those 5 things. I mean, really? Come on, how simple can this shit be? Anyway, oh, yeah, I forgot to download a new game. Anyway, if you want to, if you guys think that more people will appreciate an idiot ranting and raving about people being stupid, feel free to share the video or share the stream. So I do appreciate all the shares. I do appreciate all the likes. I do appreciate all the comments if you're willing to do that. That's an interesting game. It's called Join and Clash. Anyway, I'm gonna go pick up my food. But yeah, as I was saying, this whole coronavirus scare is, you know, people are getting freaked out because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. People are not washing their hands. People are not keeping clean. People are getting way too fucking close to people. And people are realizing it, but unfortunately, back that way very quickly. People are going to avoid each other. People are going to stop going out. People are going to start hoarding shit. Once this coronavirus thing, once people stop talking about it, then people are going to start going out and doing the same thing they did before this whole pandemic happened, which is not washing their hands, spreading virus, spreading disease, spreading this, that, and the other. And let's just say, just for this stream, people are stupid because people won't learn jack shit from what's happening. People are gonna go and change. This virus is gonna disappear, and then it'll go back to people doing what they did before this whole virus scare. I mean, if you look at what's been happening, let's see here. Events in 2020. Let's see what happened in January 2020. Something happened in World War III. People were talking about World War III in January. February 2020 was the Australian fires. Then January to March it became flooding, and now it's the coronavirus. Like, I get it. People are worried. People are doing stuff, but it's like the fucking coronavirus thing. That could have been either prevented completely or, reduced in severity if people had taken the proper precautions and stuff that I've repeated over and over. Keep your stuff clean, avoid too much contact. Um, Sanitize, just wash stuff. This is really getting annoying. I I understand, with the whole of like, stuff that's been happening. But really, the whole coronavirus thing could have been avoided or greatly reduced by people. Excuse me. This whole thing could have been reduced by people keeping stuff clean. Keeping stuff clean can avoid a lot of shit. I mean, look at how a lot of the things happened in the past with stuff like this. You get people not keeping stuff clean, people get diseases. People get freaked out about it. People isolate, people keep things clean, the virus goes away, and then they go back to what they were doing before and make everything dirty. And once everything gets dirty again, then people start getting sick. It becomes a pandemic, and it's basically wash, rinse, repeat, except the other side of that coin. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you look at it, I can understand, a homeless person coming into contact with somebody that's traveled that has it, and then people in the shelter wind up catching it if the dude stays at a shelter. But it's like at least here in Minnesota, there's a way to wash your stuff. There's a way to dry your stuff. Minnesota provides financial support for people. Anyway, this goes out to whoever's watching. All I'm asking right now is that you share this live stream. I would have really appreciated if you at least share the live stream. Try and get a few more people in here. Ah, ah, burning in my eye. I had hot sauce. I had the splashed up, water from the ramen splashed up and hit my eye. I wound up putting some of this in there. It is hot sauce. I need to slow my ass down when I'm eating this shit. Anyway, Anyway, let's see here. What else do I talk about? 11,000 deaths, 11,385 deaths, and 91,533 recovered. I mean, that doesn't seem like it's that bad, even. I get that, it gets people sick. I understand that people die from this, but if people just wash their hands, we could literally stop that at less than 300,000 people who have caught it. We'll be right back. Uh, I'm going to the bathroom, and I washed my hands. I don't see what's so difficult about that. It's it's easy. Wash your hands after you use the bathroom. Wash your hands after you touch stuff. It's I don't get it. This shouldn't even be a thing. Washing your hands should not be something that's being taught to people that are 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old. I understand. People are in a hurry. But if you're setting time aside to go use the bathroom, you can set aside an additional 30 seconds to a minute to wash your hands. It's Washing your hands is not that difficult. It's something they teach you. Something a lot of parents teach, at least around where I grew up. Something a lot of parents teach before the kid even grows up to be school age. It's To be honest, it surprises me. I thought I didn't give a shit about, keeping clean and all that. Compare that to the rest of y'all motherfuckers. None of y'all fucking give a rat's ass. As of March 19th, so yesterday, as of when I'm streaming this, there have been 244,933 total cases, with 10,000 deaths. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say. I mean, all this shit ain't because of me. Yeah. Hmm. It's like somebody posted a looks like somebody posted a prayer on um this Facebook page I follow for YouTubers in Minnesota. So it's those of you who are worried, this Facebook page is a good way for you to communicate with people. Um, and it's a good way for you to communicate with people without having to actually deal with the coronavirus thing. I've got it over in the video chat or the stream chat. Uh, an amazing burp. Oh, hey, people have been commenting in the stream chat, and I haven't even been getting them on the exactly why I keep a separate window open. Michael Anderson says, also, don't panic, be informed, stop and think. Talking about the coronavirus stuff. I agree. Bulk Boxer Z says, yo, yo, what's up? Bulk Boxer Z says, stop freaking out, SMH. I'm not freaking out about the coronavirus. I'm freaking out about all the idiots that wound up, you know, basically complaining about, oh, this, that, and the other, about how blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So many people are dying. And what I'm freaking out about is the people that are complaining, or half of the people that are complaining, are the people that could have prevented this by washing their hands. Bulk Boxer Z says the more you worry, the worse it'll get. I agree. And again, so does Michael Anderson. So it's like, look at the facts here. If people wash their hands and keep everything clean, they'll have less to worry about when it comes to getting sick. Like I said before, the coughing is from dehydration. Excuse me. It's annoying to say the least. But, you know, things are going to get better. Everything is going to, everything is going to fix itself. Hopefully, everything is going to fix itself. And hopefully, it'll be, you know, hopefully, it'll be one of those things where it'll fix itself, but it's not going to be, fixing itself in time for another disaster. And I think I just sent the wrong link to people. Let's see what happens when I click on it. I did not send the wrong link to people. That is good. Anyway, I do want to hear from you guys if you're willing to um, talk about it. It's What do you guys think of this whole coronavirus outbreak thing? What do you think could be done to fix it? What do you think should have been done to prevent it? Ah, because I would appreciate your guys' feedback on this. Otherwise, I don't know what else to talk about. Is this shit's should have been taken care of long before it got to this point. Um, let's see here. Mike says, I think people should follow the guidelines that they have been reading about and hearing about throughout the whole entire outbreak. Yeah. And I'm sure 90% of it's the stuff I've been repeating over and over. Excuse me, burp. I'm sure 90% of it's the stuff I've been repeating over and over in this stream. Wash your hands, keep everything clean, distance yourself. Sounds like nothing could have prevented it, just something that happens in life once in a while. Right, I agree with that part. It could have been at least reduced a little bit, like the severity of it could have been reduced if more people had washed their hands. So, see, Mike says, how about what have you seen other people doing to have a more positive impact on the situation? Well, let's see here. Based off of what I've seen with the few people where I've actually had, you know, some sort of contact with them in the outside world, that would be basically just pretty much just four people, the same four people that have appeared in my videos in the last year. Washing hands, keeping your stuff clean, being more or less productive about getting rid of it is what I've seen. I have seen quite a few people avoiding the shit out of each other. And I've seen a lot more of that since the whole coronavirus outbreak. Um, Loed Tree says, still not as bad as what the media is letting on. I haven't really been paying attention much to like media, whether it's been on TV or online, with the exception of what I've seen on Facebook and with YouTube memes, stuff like that. And I say YouTube memes when I say people take memes and put them into a video and talk about them. But I do agree with what, or I can assume I'm going to be agreeing with Loed Tree here when he says, "Listen to the media, the world is ending." Yeah, media says the world's ending. That's how they get people watching their stuff. That's how they get people drawn in is end of the world scares. Mike says, not just the washing of the hands, but the hardest part about the whole thing is self quarantine. Um, Stay at home part is the hardest for most people to do. Yes, I agree. And let's see here. When it comes to the world ending, there have been too many things to count when it comes to whether or not the world ends in the past 10 years, even. I mean, we've got, let's see here, just in the stuff I can remember, media was talking about world was going to be ending in Y2K, world was going to be ending in 9/11, birds, avian flu, swine flu, um, bunch of other stuff that I can't think of. And then just this year, we got the world supposedly ending because of the Australia fires. Then the world supposedly ending because of the floods and stuff like that. And then world supposedly ending because of this coronavirus. And let's see here. If the world is ending, I'm gonna go to the nearest female midget stripper place and going out in a blaze of glory. I agree. I need to do that. And so I don't really talk about in the videos as I know one personally. Anyway, Mike says, yeah, it's an epidemic that breaks out every so often. All epidemics in the past and this coronavirus situation shall pass too. We will learn. I do agree. More difficult thing is actually incorporating that into the future because we need to incorporate it into the future in order to actually move forward and move past all of this. Because even if we can't eliminate all of the different strains of flu and we can't stop ourselves from getting sick, we can at least reduce how often this stuff happens and how often we wind up, you know, getting sick and how many people get sick and whether or not the sickness actually turns into an epidemic or a pandemic or whatever. So it's just a matter of, being able to fix all this and learn from the mistakes, more or less. Because learning from the mistakes is the only thing that's going to help us reduce this in the future. So, anyway, what else can I talk about? I kind of figured you were Wayne. I haven't really spoken too often to Wayne in the past, so. Excuse me. Uh, God, jeez. What's a burps? Now I'm hiccuping and burping. Yay, tasty. Anyway, I think I pretty much covered everything I can talk about. So just keep everything clean for the people that watch this stream afterwards. After it, winds up getting uploaded as a regular video. Keep everything clean, wash your damn hands, wash your damn ass, and quit coughing on people. I'll see you guys later.